Okay, so sunset never happened, it was just extinguished.
Good night.
Hello, welcome to the vlog this week. I am in the Lake District with my mate Russ here.
Hi.
We've come to do some wild camping at Devoke Water. Parked the car back there at the crossroads and looks like a really good night for it really. Quite sunny, a little bit windy, but we might be on for quite a good sunset. And as we're wild camping, I thought if it's any good, might do a bit of astro as well. I've never done astrophotography, so probably an event of trial and error, seeing what happens. I can see the water now, it's really accessible, just along this track to the old boathouse, and then we'll pick where we're going to pitch the tents and then hopefully get a bit of dinner and do a bit of photography. Well, we found where we're going to camp tonight, just on this ledge over here, looking over. We're probably about halfway along the actual water itself, and maybe with a wide angle lens from this height I might be able to get the whole thing in. We'll have to see later on. But yeah, it's just beautiful to be out. Peace and quiet. Out in the wilderness. Quite excited. This is my first time wild camping and I've packed too much, I've overpacked. I've brought too much food, I've brought probably too many clothes, but as it's only one night, I thought that it would be a test. It would be a test to see what I needed and what I go home not using, and then I can know for next time if the walk's a little bit further. As I said, the walk is a kilometre and a half from where you can park, down a really well maintained track, and then from the boathouse it's just wherever you want to go. I thought about going over there on that side, but maybe next time, you never know. I think we've picked a good place. It's flat enough to pitch a couple of tents, and I can stand on this here, shoot down towards the tents with the water in the background. So I'm quite excited. We've actually booked breakfast at a local hotel that we drove past. Russ just rang up and booked us in for tomorrow morning. So we're doing this wild camping, but we're doing it in style as well. I'm also gonna, after we've put the tents up, I'm gonna try and figure out a composition for sunset, or a potential composition for sunset. I think we're going to leave the boathouse for the morning for sunrise and hopefully get something, figure something out shooting towards the sun, towards sunset, the west for tonight. We seem to be getting a bit more cloud cover as well at the moment, which is, I don't know. It's an experience, and it's experiences over things. So even if I don't get a shot today, it's being here, it's hanging out with a friend, it's being within this nature. Just enjoying yourself. So yeah, I'm gonna get the tents up and then get some food on the go. Right, I'll see you just before sunset. Okay, so we're about 30 minutes or so from sunset and the sun's setting behind me. But as you can see, the clouds have already kind of extinguished the sun. There's a bit of orange in the sky and there's some nice stuff going on all around us, mainly behind you over that way, which is where I'm shooting at the moment. I'm shooting from where we set up camp here on this ledge, towards the boathouse, back towards all the mountains, Scarfell Pike, Great Gable, that kind of thing. I'm using the rock just to your right that the camera's perched on as a bit of foreground interest, and then the boathouse, the water, the sort of curve of the waterside which takes you up to the boathouse, and then beyond that you've got the stunning mountain range. I've taken them at landscape, but I'm just going to try one at portrait as well because I think it might work better in portrait actually. I've got my wide angle lens on and I'm shooting all the way at 22mm, focusing on the rock, which I need to refocus on, and then 2-second timer, and it's just creating there's some nice pastel blues in the sky, and yeah, it's just a really nice shot. So I'll take this one in portrait and then I'll weigh up the portrait versus landscape, and then I'll bob the best one up for you now. I've not been particularly impressed by any of the pictures that I've taken so far, but I did say that the experience of wild camping was paramount over the images that I'm going to be capturing. There's an island in the middle of this lake, a small island. Seems to be the home of quite a few Canadian geese at the moment. But from where we're camping, if I use my zoom lens at pretty much full zoom, I can get quite a nice shot of it, I think. I'm looking for something a bit minimalist, something a bit abstract, which isn't really me usually. But I'm just having to play around because that sunset isn't doing anything just yet. And we'll see what we get. I think I could probably do with being closer for that shot. I think it's, even with the zoom lens on, I think I'm a bit far away. Actually, after I put the video camera away, I took another shot of that island because something was nagging at me that there was a shot there. I got the focus right, zoom at about 200mm, and I left the long exposure for about 1:40, and I'm really quite happy with what I can see in the back of the camera. Hopefully that will correlate with what I can see on the computer screen at home. But I'll show you the back of the camera now, and if it's any good, I'll bob it up. Okay, so the sunset never happened, it was just extinguished by the clouds, and it's getting really cold out there, so we've decided to crawl into our tents, crawl into our sleeping bags, warm up. I don't know whether I'll be bothered, but I might try and do a bit of astro if I can be bothered to go out into the cold in a couple of hours time. If not, I'm going to get up in the morning, try and get that boathouse with a bit of morning light on it, and then yeah, that'll be our wild camp done. So if I don't see you in the middle of the night, I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, so we are up for sunrise. Terrible night's sleep, but it was kind of to be expected because it's a bit windy last night.
up for sunrise, and the sunrise was nice. It wasn't spectacular, but it was nice. I was going to go down to the boathouse and take a shot of the boathouse with the mountain range behind it and the sun coming up behind it. However, last night some people turned up in a camper van, so, well, like a transit van, so it didn't, so the shot kind of wouldn't really work. It wouldn't look very good. So that might be one for another time if I ever come back. I've got a couple of nice vistas of the place with the sun coming up, a couple of starbursts as the sun comes over the mountains, and yeah, a couple of nice shots. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing award-winning or anything, but just nice to be out, nice to experiment, take a few different pictures. I don't tend to do sunrises because I value my sleep too much being a dad. However, this was quite good because a dedicated trip to try and get a nice sunrise. But yeah, I think we're going to have a cup of tea and then probably pack up the gear and get off at some point soon. So yeah, it's been good, it's been enjoyable. But as I say, the shots aren't too fantastic. I'll put any good ones up at the end that I'm happy with. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do consider subscribing. Please hit that thumbs up or thumbs down. Let me know why you're hitting the thumbs down in the comments. Any comments below I will reply to as well. And yeah, that's me from Devoe Quarter in the Lake District. Stick around for the pictures at the end, and I'll see you on the next one.